and do the same as the Coddle, because otherwise she's just not going to be able to keep up.
For battle.
I had a funny in my mind, but then I forgot.
Really now?
I think I'm
Oh,
still
no.
having some brain farts from being sick and finally, well, I would consider myself recovered. I was like almost 1.5 weeks sick, so I basically was out for all the NA casts. Luckily, we had some awesome caster pairs take over for the time being. Big thanks to Abo and Seek and Aponzius, and obviously you as well for tuning in once or twice.
No problem,
I
but
think
I
Brightside
did
was
miss
also
you. Brightside was there with Appenzeus, yeah.
Yeah.
I just happy
Well,
to have
happy
you
to be
back,
back.
man. Yeah. And folks, don't get corona, it sucks. Don't do
Stay
it.
safe.
To battle.
I always say that to people, and then I end up getting sick. It's kind of like, what's going on? I was able to dodge the disease for like years, and I've got all the vaccinations and everything, and then you just kind of get sick. So yeah, that's that. But I'm not seeing much aggression this time. In the first game with the bounties respawning, we saw some testing the waters, bit of poking and prodding in the river. Now we're not seeing any of that. I guess both teams are just not really in fighting shape. There's very much XP needed for Axe, for Sand King. I'm just going to wonder how much CS is Sand King going to get in this lane. Wonder if how many sentries we're going to be seeing in this one, and how much poke is Husker going to be delivering.
Yeah, this is a rough lane for the Sand King. We were talking about that earlier. Like, okay, this is why you don't pick up the Sand King, and this one could definitely start hurting pretty much immediately. Huskar, ranged hero, a lot of harass, and it's going to be hard for the Sand King to do what he likes to do, which is shoving the wave into the enemy carry with the caustic finale or the sandstorm without getting harassed down for it.
Not going to get much out of that sandstorm. 2 sentries already pushed out. 1 in the lane, 1 to block out the hard camp. Pingu's going to be fighting for his life to keep that camp blocked for as long as possible. But Sand King is at least getting this wave in a very nice position. Let's see how it connects as we actually get a first blood in the bot lane. So a bit of a T-Tours there, as Braxy's going to be taken down by Aframoosh, and Zor credited with the kill. That means he's going to be getting that very early ring of health.
That was probably a dewarding attempt, but really just looked like Braxy found himself in the wrong position, got chased down with battle hunger. You don't run very fast on a Shadow Demon.
I love how Shinra's not starting with a single point in Burning Spears. He's just using his passive and his first ability here, which he's not really getting to use. I think that's basically if Black and Yellow extend too much into the lane. No Burning Spears for poke. Instead, just going to use the traditional right-clicking ways.
Which is probably a little bit of a welcome sight for Zero. But yeah, the inner fire is going to allow the Huskar to push back more, and he already has a raging advantage over the SK.
I might as well take a quick glimpse into this mid matchup as well. B1 on Solji. Solji's courier did get killed by the Coddle, but it does look like Quap has already picked up her bottle, so no item was lost. That would have been a huge loss if you don't get your bottle timing on the Quap. Very needed early on for these water runes spawning, and especially the 3-minute bounties. Keep that
You can see here.
Continuous sustain.
Yeah, the Coddle is already on his bullshit, right? Shoves the wave in, Quap has to go deal with it. He
Coddle
goes off
on his bullshit.
That's the name of the horse.
Right. Wait, did he actually rename his horse to... No,
No. But
I was thinking that he's renamed it with a gem. It's like riding a horse. That's like, sure thing.
No, but he's already stacking camps for himself. He's already gently pulling ahead of that Quap, who put a lot of effort into denying him early on, but ultimately it's a Coddle, but you're gonna... Hey! That's not supposed to happen.
Nothing missed here. Casual Husker kill right in front of his own tower. A bit of a surprise, actually. Not suspecting this Husker to fall that early, but for Sand King, he's more than happy to take that one. And Caustic for now, as you can see, does a heck of a lot of damage onto this Omni Knight with just 2 creeps dying. He's already lost half of his HP with the Burrow Strike connected in between.
So Sand King, we were worried for him, but he is pulling away in this lane now. That is excellent news for Black and Yellow. This here
Bottom
again.
lane. Axe is... He's got 4 stacks of poison on him, so he's going to have to keep the distance. No kill going to be happening there. They are rotating onto P1, though, and he looks like he's given his life up. Trying to juke around the trees. Goes for a quick Illumina. Tries to get the damage out onto Solji, but not going to work out. So Aframoosh will be credited with a kill on the mid-Coddle. Very important to slow this hero down as well.
And really the only way you're going to get to slow him down. And yep, Braxy's still also not with a level 2 in the Shadow Poison, so Zor not that much threatened on his bottom lane. He's got his Ring of Health now, so he's got a good staying power. Going to buy himself some phase boots, get the armor up first step Medusa. He'll be just fine sticking in this lane for a long time.
Yeah, he's got everything he needs. SD with his poke is basically going to give Axe more regen through his wand. And Medusa, well, I wouldn't really count Medusa's poke at this point, like already mentioned, the earlier ring that he picked up on this Axe. Question is, does he fill in the Vanguard in between? Or are we going to see that Blink rush, which we kind of touched upon during the draft, so you can hit that 10-minute marker with Sky getting Mystic Flare, so you've got your killing combo. Get these early kills. Nice ward timing there. Aframoosh doesn't know about it, but Braxy knows that something's up.
I think you answered your own question there, by the way. I think it's going to be a Blink rush.
Like, you would love to have it, right? Like,
yeah.
It's kind of like sometimes when you think like, oh, this is obviously going to be like they need a playmaker, but you're looking at Husker, you're looking at Quap most importantly. Quap's already got your kind of like not just tempo control, but she's the one kind of being the aggressor. So you can definitely have this Quap doing all the plays for you, not even needing the Axe. He could just go for Vanguard with it, depending how his lane is going to go. And right now, they're just hunting down this poor little squirrel. Not going to leave it for a chance for the right click, so going to land it with a Scream to secure that one.
And P1 says, thank you for the Kaya. Just needs some.
He's being surrounded, though. 3 versus 1. How are you going to survive this gank? Solji, no Sonic Wave, no mana for it, but it's going to be enough. The following Arcane Bolt's going to be getting this one. And Felt is off to a very good start here. Bottom lane, though. Axe has been surrounded. Braxy, Godzy, Cardua doing all the damage they can. Axe trying to get into spinning range. Gets the call out, but slowed down by the Acorn shot. Unable to find the vision, nor getting into the kill threshold for the donk.
That's a couple of...
Ooh. Ooh.
Oh?
Stay too early. Oh, just has the mana for it. Good responses coming out.
There. Braxy will probably pick this one up. No, didn't hit the last Shadow Poison.
Oh, but they got the call at least.
He's gonna get punished.
So he's gone. Aframoosh gets to live. Axe picks up a stack of armor for himself. Do note the key point here. Axe is going to be very hard to kill if they get that combo rolling. Because the more kills he gets, the more armor he gets, the less damage Medusa's going to do on the Axe.
It's going to be a while before that comes into play, of course, because most of the other damage in this lineup is going to deal with magical.
But that could opt him to maybe itemize a bit differently, because you don't have to worry about armor item, because your ulti is kind of providing it for you, so you can build a bit differently. So thinking stuff like Shivas and Lotus Orbs, obviously it's a great game for a Lotus Orb, but you don't have to build these armor items, because you can go for completely different items. You can see now the Blink Blade Mail is very, very casual, very basic. So no Vanguard for the Axe. They're thinking about something in the spot lane. I don't think they're going to get anything done here, or are they? Snake doesn't slow Zor, but Medusa's fast enough to get away.
Just threaten him. Fine, and this Medusa doesn't really want to move towards the jungle just yet because a P1 has been clearing most of it. There's not even any stacks for him right now. Like, this Coddle has just been taking everything himself.
Yeah, very selfish Coddle, right? Kaya, almost TP boots ready, but that's the way you want to play it. Rush those big items as soon as possible.
And
Sure,
provide your
here,
team.
there.
Oh, there goes the dive.
Yeah, that was a bit unexpected. I am missing a lot of kills here, but that's just how it is sometimes.
I mean, it's a hasted Quap running over after we haven't really seen her in lane because the Coddle keeps just shoving her back.
Yeah, like the amount of burst damage they have is just insane. They just blow somebody up by the time you get to react to it.
Just like, fine. At least that's the Quap ult down. Sorry, they didn't even use the ult, dang. I expected for sure. So actually she TP'd into a very risky situation, I assume, because the Quap is just gonna come right on back. This will be very painful if Cardua dies here again.
Yeah, they could make another attempt on it. Medusa thinking about walking back into the lane, but how much info does Black and Yellow have on this rotation? Because they've seen something go down in the river. Quap getting jumped on. Sharpshooter's going to be missing. Medusa does get the call. There's a Sonic Wave to finish off Zero. Sand King, the rotation help to get these kills is down. Carjo's going to have to rely on just soul right clicks, but P1, he's got all of his abilities on cooldown. Nothing to do right now. They do get the Quap out for a moment. Medusa still very low Pingu, though. He's in a bit of a no man's land under the tower. But here comes the Husker. Shinra moves in for the Hoodwink. Able to get Godsey with the tone coming out from Zor. They're still trying to move around the area. Solji goes in, and that's an all-in for the Quap. Is he going to be able to get this kill to save from Braxy? Karchua down. P1 also getting hit again, and there's the ulti from Braxy. That should be history for the Quap. Oh, what a beautiful Illuminate. And Black and Yellow turns it around.
Oh, they needed to pump all of their damage into the Dusa because they didn't actually spend the Quap ult on the Dusa, and that meant that P1 was sitting on low health, spamming out these Illuminates throughout the entirety of the fight. Look at that damaged health.
Yeah, that's pretty sick. If we look at this, the moment the Omni Knight dies under the tower, they've already blown up Zero. The jump from Shinra, very good attempt. Then Quap goes for the all-in play. They know that the Medusa is very low and they want to secure this kill. And they're lining up again. There's the Illuminate starting to load up in a second. As Quaddle's just going to enjoy this one. There we go. And that's going to just nuke both of them down. And then there's also the ulti from SD finishing off the job. So beautiful play around from Black and Yellow and just kind of playing with the vision in their advantage.
Yep, under that tower, knowing that they can juke and the enemy will just have to fish for them. And that also means that the bottom, at the very least, the bottom tower is going to go down with the wave pulse from Zor. But the Medusa can now safely move over because there are boots of travel over on the Keeper of the Light now. So, yeah, their laning stage ended exactly with everything they wanted. Coddle is big. Medusa stayed in lane, got the Dragonlance, can now start taking the camps while the Coddle starts shoving the side waves. Now, we haven't really talked about Shinra yet, right? Because he's having a really good game for himself as well.
Well, yeah, I guess we could say a good game. He has died a couple times, but not letting him stop. The thing which is a difficulty sometimes for these Huskers is how do you keep up the pressure when Black and Yellow, again, they just play with their strengths under the tower. And Shinra's getting chased. Aframush, they're just going to leave this guy all by himself. Acorn shot to slow him down. Bushwhack down in 3 seconds. They're just going to suffice with this Sky kill. But it's not even just being happy with getting 1. They get 3, and they punish Feld for their movements again. So Husker gets out, but nobody else does.
Yeah, and this is bad news bears for the Axe as well. Look at where he is. This is a Blink Dagger Axe. He's supposed to be jumping in onto already revealed targets. Yeah, dude. diving an SK. This is one of the best tower holders in the game, and they walk into the sandstorm.
Well, they're going to be banging their heads after this one. Feld needs to get their package together. They've had an alright laning stage, which is followed up by a bit of an abysmal follow-up to it. Now, twice getting killed. They've basically given 8 kills for black and yellow in that bottom tier 1 tower, and they're going again. This time, any kill will do. Blink reveal comes out, and there's the combo we were suspecting to see about 4 minutes ago. So a kill is a kill. Maybe now they can get some pressure done. As black and yellow, they're instantly TPing away. They see all of that movement in bottom. This would be a warding opportunity, but it's just the Hoodwink and the Sand King going to go around and farm in the enemy jungle. Might as well. There's nothing to do with this bot lane anymore, so they're basically just setting up their perimeter in the top area. Hey, they got the tower. Finally.
Yep. Finally. And in the way that I think this lineup should have been played in the first time. Like, we were talking about the Blink Dagger reveal for the Axe, Mystic Flare, same time, you get to kill, and then after that, this Huskar as well. The previous time when he made an attempt on the bottom tower, he didn't have his signs yet. Now he does. He's a lot stronger. He can frontline more now, and this is a magic damage lineup. This Huskar should feel and be empowered to frontline for his team right now, because that is the way that they are going to win any fights right now if they want to take him.
Sitting on a tied scoreline of 10 kills in the first 15 minutes. Black and yellow lining up for their first aggressive play with the smoke on 3. 0 ready with the epicenter stun with the Blink Dagger onto the Quap with the DD rune. And there we go for the initial stun. Quap already taken down a half HP. There's going to be a call coming out from Zor. The silence on the SK, the Mystic Flare is not going to be finishing off the Coddle at all. And Brax is going to be walking out. Karju is going to be walking in with the Gaze already on top of him. Max is going to go down. They're going to look for more. Maybe with a Skywrath. And 0 turning around with the epicenter. They've got the damage to take down Solji, slowing down the Sky, forcing him away. Godseed doesn't get the bushwhack to connect onto Pingu. So Omni Knight's going to be walking out of this one. But it's a 1 for 2, though they did lose the Coddle. Maybe even more. Bubble save with the disruption, and the Sand King's going to be finding the SK. Walks under the ward. And after Moosh taken away, and that sentry, by the way, is not close enough to reach to that Ops ward, but that's a minor detail. 3 for 1.
You can see how much of a bind Felt is, though. If you don't get to leverage the Huskar here, all you can do is jump a team that has excellent counter initiation.
Optimism. Yep, go ahead.
Yeah? No, sorry, I'm just looking at the replay here. Like, this jump from Zor is kind of too late, not quite good enough. They only get the Coddle, and then the follow-up is not in time either. And then, once again, this Quap has to overcommit in order to get any kills out. And if they don't coordinate their jumps better, it's going to stay that way. And it feels hard because none of these players, they know that if you go in, one of them isn't going to come out. That is very likely. Nobody wants to be that guy. Both the Quap as well as the Axe really need to snowball this game. And really only one of them is going to be able to. Right now they're choosing neither.
Yeah, you're living in a dream world scenario if you have 2 heroes snowballing in your lineup. Right now it feels like neither is. And kind of like pick your battles kind of situation for Felt. Who's going to be the one to carry us all?
I'd honestly say that you can play the Quap a little bit more fragile this game. Make sure you have the front lining on the Axe, because there is... it's hard though. Both of them are scared, especially of the burst damage from this Hoodwink. Both of them not going into a BKB just yet. It's hard. In the meantime, this Medusa is farming. We saw this the previous game, and she's already 1 ultimate orb into her Skadi.
Her farming pace is still pretty good. Even if you think about the previous Medusa from Felt, basically she had 218 last hits in 20 minutes, so this Medusa is about 80 last hits behind, 2 deaths, has no kills, only assists on the board. But it's not a bad scenario. She's still 9,000 net worth in 18 minutes. So very, very well farmed. I think we've got some very well farmed cores overall on the board when you look at the Caudal and the Husker too. I'm just waiting for this Husker to actually pack a punch. So Shinra is just gonna, you know, win the right fight, I guess.
Yep, but that right fight has to come soon now. He's got the BKB. This is pretty much go time. You can see Felt running up for the smoke here. They have to win the next one, otherwise their timing window will just start to close.
I'll make an exception.
It doesn't feel like Black and Yellow is going to be losing any towers soon either, because they've got these great tower defenders. However, Felt, 4-man smoke towards the top lane. Maybe they do get surprised. There is a teleporting Hoodwink, not walking in the general direction of the Felt smoke gank. Zor, beautiful spot for a 2-man blink as well, but they're going to go for Roshan, and Shinra is going to be finishing this one off pretty fast. Let's see if Black and Yellow is going to respond to it, because they don't know what's up.
They seem to be preparing for a fight here, getting their saves into position, but that fight's not happening.
Maybe now, let's see what they do. Aegis warning has been given. Husker has a double life. Zor almost in blink range. They saw a glimpse of the axe walking in. Instantly changes
Well, he
course.
kills his second career.
Hey. Yeah, bit of money going their way. Nice to have.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
And that's going to be the second tower kill as well for Felt. There's no way that Black and Yellow is going to be able to defend this mid-tier 1 call with a Black of the Mystic Flare being used, but there's a disruption save from Braxy. Godsey surviving. The Bushwhack onto the Zor Axe. Now they've revealed 3 heroes in the jungle. Aframush still chasing the Hoodwink, and actually dead. There was still a chasing Mystic, Arcane Bolt. Doing decent amount of damage, and with that concussive shot, that's going to be finishing it off. So at least the Hoodwink gone for 50 seconds. That's a dieback, actually. Has to be. Because he's gone for an eternity.
This is a good situation for Felt, where Black and Yellow, yeah, they're very good at counter-initiating, but right now you can just put the Huskar on a tower. He's got the full Heaven's Halberd as well, so...
Oh, look at this.
Those
They found Zor.
magic. Oh, there's a jump.
Perfect and beautiful, and catching also the supports with the Sonic Wave. SD is going to get hunted. Vision provided with those Arcane Bolts, and dunk in the face. They will get themselves 2 more kills, and that leaves that tower completely defenseless.
Middle tower is under attack.
Yep, but Black and Yellow positioning around that Huskar because they know they can't fight him, and promptly walking into the arms of the rest of the Felt heroes.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Tough situation for Black and Yellow now. These are the critical moments, critical minutes even.
Medusa hits the timing though. She has Scotty before the enemy high ground. And there goes the 8.
Alright, so Sharpshooter, an armlet toggle into a tower, right click. Shinra's lost the Aegis, and they haven't taken the tower.
Radiant's middle tower is
That's like, Gazi is just like, you know what? I have a short cooldown on this thing. Let's see if he forgets to toggle.
scanning.
That can happen sometimes. I mean, you gotta. He's attempted this a couple of times, and I think he's tried it on the Axe. He's tried it on the Husker once or twice. Now it pays off. At least the Aegis burnt. It's extra piece for Black and Yellow's. Well, not even high ground defense at this point. You could just say that they're
Radiant's middle
time to
tower
get
is under
online.
attack.
Being secured by a couple more minutes. Epicenter load up by 0. He's willing to fight this one. And the SD, there we go, but where's the Epi? Now he's loading it up. He went in with a Burrow Strike, heavy damage, but does he have any follow-up for it? Source down. Shinra going to be jumping on the Medusa, coming in with a buyback coming out as well from Braxy. Does get that to Pingu and leaves control for a second. Bushwhack, complete miss. And now Hoodwink trying to get some damage in. Pingu dropping low on HP, able to blow up that leaves Braxy. And now jumping onto Godsey. The Hoodwink is also going to be taken out of play. And they have Karjua hitting a couple hits onto Aframush with that fresh Scotty. Gonna get slowed up, has got 10 stick charges. Solji, Pingu, Aframush gonna get the damage onto the Medusa. Got the Sonic Wave to push the Medusa away, but Medusa's gonna be fighting for this one. That might have actually ended up biting them in the butt, because they can't get this Medusa kill. She's able to keep them away. So they can't kill the Medusa, but they can kill everybody else. And Caudle also had to back out from that fight pretty early.
I think if the Coddle is not so low there, Black and Yellow can actually put up a way bigger fight than that. But instead he's mostly hiding in the trees throughout that fight. And they have to retreat out of it. But you can see the Medusa was almost on her own there, and she's still a problem.
Like, they did a really good job at basically getting their damage output first. But I was waiting for the epicenter to come out, but instead it was a quick reactionary save burrow strike to get Braxy back in. And without the quick burst from the epicenter, might have indicated Black and Yellow that are we actually wanting to take this fight? So they were a bit disconnected. Then the Medusa follows up with the gaze. They were just too far apart from each other. Caudle forced out early in the fight, so they didn't get the Dagon E-Blade combo plus the Illuminate from the Caudle to just blow somebody up right away at the start of the fight. So if Black and Yellow were a bit closer to each other, get that early epicenter, could have been a whole different story.
It could have been, but this is the awkward phase of the game, right? Where the Sand King is definitely at basically the maximum of his damage output, which is not that great. The supports are falling off, and the Medusa needs to start taking over. And she's not quite at the damage item yet. Working on an MKB right now.
They're looking for somebody in the top lane. Smoking up in the dark jungle. Nobody to be found, however. Felt is playing on the other side of the map, keeping this bottom and mid lane pushed in. It could take a tier 2 tower, maybe force a fight there.
The pressure is on Felt to deliver. I'm gonna at least siege down this bottom tower in the wait for the next Roshan, and that's where I think we're going to see both teams fighting for it, because either team that gets the Aegis is going to get their shot at the enemy high ground, and for Felt it might be their only attempt. And I think Black and Yellow will honestly survive even if Felt gets that next Roshan. It's just going to be uncomfortably close.
And Felt has double taunt now. The Axe and the Husker, so they can both control heroes. They can even draw out melee heroes like Sand King. You blink Call, move him closer, use Life Break, and then keep moving the Sand King even closer and just completely out-position or force the hero into an awkward spot away from his teammates. Or maybe even with range heroes, depending where you take the fight. Like, if you take a fight and say in the mid area, for example, you jump on somebody here, you basically lure them into the trees, you break the vision.
Sorry, they're playing with 0 down bottom.
Well, let's see if they're going to play it out
Very
here.
hard to catch.
Don't get the call out yet, and it's going to miss as well, but the Mystic Flare's going to be doing more than enough damage, and SK is going to be taken away. But they will also get the kill on Aframoosh with that epicenter. Sword gets to jump to safety as that purge comes out. 2 for 1. Caudle down, SK down. Felt can keep on pushing.
Just moving this Huskar away from wherever the Medusa is right now. Or I guess she is also kind of dodging him. Both of them would really rather get their objectives right now.
Yeah, they would want to. Medusa's TPing to defend the tower. At least get the creeps out of the way, because there's not a lot of traffic in here. Shinra's going to have to move out. Bushwhack does connect. But a bit too far away to jump in, and now Felt has already stacked up again. Sand King is back up as well. 55 seconds for his epicenter to be back off cooldown, which is very needed to deliver a punch onto Felt.
We're now in the window of time where... Yeah. We're now in a window of time where the Medusa can, where Roshan can respawn. And that means that Black and Yellow now needs to be on the top side of the map. They have no information currently.
Karju is charging in the front. They see Pingu. Tries to go for the Bushwhack. Sharpshooter's been used, and Zor's gonna blink in on this one. Double core And this beautiful Sonic Wave comes out as well. Brexy's going to be taken away. Zero. No epi for 13 seconds, and with the gaze, they are able to keep Shinra away out of this one, but it's a 4v5 fight. Hoodwink going to be the next one to fall. There's the taunt from the life break, and Solji gets a double. They're going to find the Skywrath, and Zero, now he's got his ulti ready. He's going to have to look for a big one if they can, but Kojura's already down there, but also the Medusa, and that's a big, big loss as Felt is going to be hunting down the rest of them as well. P1 does get slowed down by the Quap, but Quap's completely drained out of mana. Still goes for the aggressive blink in, tries to get the kill on the Caudle, and it's just gonna be enough before she gets to the fountain. And hey, look at those couriers. I'm gonna be taking these with me too. Braxy might throw in a disruption, and that's really not gonna slow down the squad. Solji makes it worth in the end to get it even bigger for Felt with 3 kills for them. And now the map is open. Roshan spawning too.
Ah, that's the nightmare scenario. That double call
One
was...
by one.
Yeah. And it's... The problem is that they don't have a good way to deal the damage unless the Medusa is already front and center. And she is so slow, she has to walk in while the rest of Felt are running around her.
If only they knew that they actually called the Sand King there. Dust is going to miss too, so Zero's going to be able to take out. But yeah, that was basically for Felt the dream scenario. One by one, basically just walking in their arms. That's what this lineup really enjoys to have. You've got all these cooldowns to kill one at a time. You're very single target oriented. Couldn't have been better.
Certainly not, and now you get the Roche to boot, and this will definitely allow you to siege up versus that Medusa. Then again, it remains so scary. High ground versus a Medusa, a jumping lineup versus all of these reactive abilities. Just because they're ahead doesn't mean that they're winning just yet. This is closer than it looks.
Not quite yet. Godzi gives his life for some scouting information. As Felt is going to be hunting for more. 5-man smoke. They've got a hunch. And
They want to get this kill outside of the base.
They would love to. They kill Medusa. High ground is theirs. Braxy. Beautiful blink call from Zor. Might buy some time with the disruption, but he's gone for Medusa. Do they find the Medusa? Shinra is on his heels. We already knew that yes, he's gonna die. Medusa, there's the TP cancel from the life break taunt. The Aghanims pays off again, and there's just no escape. That's your ticket to the high ground.
Oh my lord. That was... There was a neutral item on the ground, and the centaur blocked her from picking it up. She was like, do I TP out here? Look at the top right corner. Like, she was still there because she was trying to wrestle that item away from the centaur and promptly gets found by the follow-up.
That is such a carry classic. You're like, not why does it drop an item, and then you have to play the greed as good, and you have to take it, no matter if it's some nether shawl or something that you really don't even want as a carry player. You still go for it, and then you notice that, oh damn, I'm gonna die. Oh, that is a Dota classic since neutral items were introduced. That you walk back in to take that item, and it's gonna cost you your life. Valiant defense from Black and Yellow is needed. They're gonna... so close, but no cigar. Solji lives with 80 HP, and his BKB goes off. He's able to get out.
Got a Scotty on that Quap.
Yeah, 3.4k HP. Ow, and a regen rune. Oh, would you look at that?
Why not? Get all of that right on back. Yep. And the tankiness is just so important in order to survive. Well, we saw it just there. They can pump immense damage into you if you're out of position.
Oh, Black and Yellow. They're basically their backs against the wall. I guess you could say walls against their backs as well. 4-man smoke to hopefully find something. They're going to reveal themselves in mids. Gonna buy some time from the split push. Zor's gonna walk in on Braxy. Braxy disruption comes out. Pingu's gonna be there. They're a bit scattered. Can they punish them for this? They're getting some damage on the Omni Knight. Maybe even a kill on Pingu. Yes, they will. Aframouche, bit of early damage onto Zero. Here comes Solji. Buyback coming in from the Omni Knight. Medusa's gonna be dropping very low. She's down to half. Mana pool almost completely empty too. She's gonna try and TP away. And there's Zor, but no call. Won't be able to get the Medusa out of this one, but at least the supports will fall out of this one. 0 back to the high ground. And with Cardua being up, black and yellow still could defend, but Hoodwink's going to have to fight back on this.
Felt have been doing an excellent job of getting these engagements outside of base.
Again,
Now he
nice
jumps in.
comes out, and the Huskar's going to be maybe overextending, but that's just a thing. That's the Husker doing Husker things. There's the call, jump in from Soar, does get the call out, and there's another one coming out as Cardua is dropping. Beautiful stun coming out from the Sand King, but is it enough? Is it enough? Cardua dropping low, dropping, falling. Dead. The Medusa's taken out, and Felt is just walking and marching on top of their bodies and just stomping them down to the ground. Shinra, no stopping this Husker right now. Triple kill brought up in front of the fountain. And he's going to be walking out unscathed. Did I just jinx it? No, I did not. They're going to be spreading their damage onto Solji, so Shinra's going to be walking out, and they will continue their push in the base. No Medusa for 60 seconds, Kips.
No Medusa for 60 seconds. Absolutely huge Huskar. You can see there as well the amount of debuffs that Black and Yellow place onto Shinra, taken off into 38 bonus strength suddenly for this Huskar. It is ridiculous, and Black and Yellow just don't have the time to focus down this Omni Knight. They need to be dealing with the Huskar.
Well, they just killed Solji in the base, and now Axe for the BKB. He's trying to get some distance as Blink is getting cancelled the whole time. And Zor's not really going to run out of this one. Pingu is coming in for the rescue. Here comes Shinra. He's going to instantly punish the backline. And you don't have anything to kill this Husker. You might kill the Axe, but you're not even getting this one. Not even a consolation prize. Feltz looking at a 2-0. The morale is broken.
So. Yeah,
this
this is
guy,
now one by one. Oh, you can't touch him. It's really only Dedusa.
Medusa's the only hero who can do something against this Husker, and she's back up. She's disarmed. The stun on the Omni Knight. Axe is gonna potentially lose his life with the Omni Knight unless Shinra's got something to say about that. And the Husker jumps on top of the Medusa, and that should seal the deal. No Sand King, no Medusa, no nothing. Shinra forces the Hoodwink as well back to the fountain, and you ain't gonna do anything with that. Zor keeping the mid-wave pushed in, and another jump on the Hoodwink. Disruption save from Braxy for second. Pingu, well, he's gonna, just walk around tanking the tower casually. Does the tower get the kill? Nope. No, sir. Omni Knight survives. Godseed doesn't.
Heavenly Grace, man. What an
Heavenly
ability.
Grace.
Want a Reaver? You want 2 Reavers?
Works wonders in a game like this.
Look at him into the fountain.
Yeah, he just bought a Ghost Scepter. Yeah, there we go. So the tap out comes out.
GG out. I die as your fountain. Them's the rules.
Felt has had a lot of fun with this series, you could say. They scored their first victory of the second tour